All right.
Okay, remember, you have to accept it. If not, it'll kick you completely out of the Zoom room. Okay, everybody, welcome to the BLBC.
All right.
Okay, remember, you have to accept it. If not, it'll. Okay, everybody, welcome to the BLBC #Northeast1 retrospective number 2. We are going to be going over management and financials during this session. Today's agenda, we're just going to do some quick announcements. I'm going to go over the rules of the retro. Our entrepreneurs are going to do their presentations, and then we're going to have a feedback forum where we all get together and kind of give some constructive feedback to an entrepreneur that you have not mentored or just want to visit with and kind of get to know more about. So if you have a specific and entrepreneur in mind that you want to be paired with, make sure that you text Doug in the chat so that he can set that up for you. All right. I just want to let everybody, I want to let our entrepreneurs know that Monday's special workshop is going to be through Dawn's link, not mine. It's going to be a combined class, Northeast and Southeast Colorado, which is similar to how the ELTP was run. And the link will also be in Monday's email. So you'll have it. It's already changed on the calendar and you'll have it in email. If anyone would like to, so I got asked the other day if you guys would like to provide a testimonial for RMMFI. If you would, please let me know during the retro tonight so that I can reach out to our staff, and you'll be contacted by one of our staff members, Sarah Kraft, for additional information if you want to do so. Lastly, it's kind of personal. Generation Good Respect. She was our special workshop for public speaking. She just became nationwide on May 3rd. So if you guys do get a chance to see Kim, give her congratulations on becoming national. That's a big step for anyone. Okay, everybody, mark your calendars. Boot camp graduation, our Idea Lab. Oh, so some of this is not accurate. Whoops.
Are you talking? Is this about the that one thing you posted on Facebook with the $20,000 for the pitch competition?
No. So, but we can. So, okay, I can add that as an announcement, but the Idea Pitch Lab and Happy Hour do not pertain to us. I just forgot to remove that from the slide. Our boot camp graduation is going to be a hybrid in-person. So it's going to be in-person and virtual event. We are going to be hosting it again at the Logan County Annex. This time we've reserved the rec yard. So that'll bring back some memories. It'll be Thursday, May 18th from 5:30 to 8 p.m. If you can join in person, we really encourage that. We will also have food. I don't quite have the caterers set in stone yet, but we're looking at smoked foods. So lots of meat, guys. As far as Idea Lab pitch competition, yes, Trey at our local EDC is hosting a $20,000 in prize if you win the pitch presentation competition. So that's an amazing amount of money that could go a long way towards you guys' businesses. You have practiced your pitch at least 5 or 6 times now. So I highly encourage you if you'd like to jump in. I don't know if there's any fees involved, but yeah, check it out. All right. Now we're going to go over the rules of the retro. We are always covering the big rocks, which are our launch and ongoing strategy, our capital needs, our key success indicators, and then our revenue, cost, profit, and cash flow assumptions. So those are the things we want to keep in mind when we are looking at each entrepreneur's retrospective. Everybody's going to have 9 slides and 6 minutes to do each slide. I do always ask that you guys take a little bit of a breath in between slides so that our mentor teams can help stay caught up if they, with their typing and getting the surveys filled out. Go ahead, Buster.
In regard to the scoring, I think we talked about this a little earlier. Do they know our guidelines? Do you send them the email where our guidelines are?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, cool. Right on. I'm just curious.
And then we go over it again just now in person in this area. So all of the entrepreneurs are going to present. I control the slides. They'll let me know when to move on to the next slide. If I seem to be delayed, it's because I'm just trying to make sure that that couple of seconds happens in between each slide. The mentors are going to be filling out electronic scoring forms. Each presentation has its own scoring form. Make sure that you're filling out the correct one. The links to the scoring forms are posted in the chat before each presenter, and you also have a copy of it attached to an email that you received this morning from me. After that, we're going to have a virtual feedback forum. We're going to chat with the entrepreneurs. We're going to take an opportunity to provide verbal feedback and encouragement, share your ideas and suggestions with whoever you're in a room with. Our feedback should always be high level, positive, honest, and if you can get a cute puppy in there, please try to do so. We've got a cute toddler in there today, so that'll be my substitute. All right, our entrepreneurs tonight can earn up to $600 towards their launch loan eligibility. So we definitely want to help try to encourage them to get to that goal. Our presenters in our order is going to be, first up, we have Kristen, and her coaches are Mark and John. Then we are going to have Sabrina, whose coaches are Jack and Rick. Krista, her coaches are Latanya and Alec. Chance's coaches are Doug. Marie is got Maya and Natalie backing her up. And then Buster, we have Aaron and Ray. All right, now we're going to move on to our entrepreneur presentations. I feel like I skipped a slide, but I might just be overthinking it. Remember, when we're scoring our entrepreneurs, we're making sure that, the whole purpose of the retro is to make sure that the material is being understood. So if you feel like they have a good concept of the material, don't be afraid to stick with threes and based on our own personal standards. We're making sure that the material that we've been helping them with over the past few weeks is showing. So let's just keep it light. If you do score a 3 or below, please make sure to please try to provide a feedback or a comment in there so that they understand what they need to improve on, instead of just leaving them with a 3 or below with no type of information at all. Okay, with that, we're going to start with Kristen. Go ahead, Kristen, whenever you feel comfortable. Whoops. There we go.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kristen with Enchanted Shadows. I'm based in Sterling, Colorado. Enchanted Shadows offers quality products backed by our guarantee of customer satisfaction. As the owner of Enchanted Shadows, I set out on a mission to offer myself and my customers the best products I could possibly make at a reasonable price. Whether it's crystals, candles and soap, or resin products like coasters, glitter pens, or tumblers, you can feel assured that you're getting the best products at the best price. You can find me at enchantedshadows.net or at Enchanted Shadows on Facebook or Twitter. And you can email me at kristenosborne11@gmail.com. So I am trying to expand my business by making candles and soap, and that's kind of what this presentation is focused on. So my launch strategy for that is to gain capital from grants and loans. I do lots and lots of research before I do anything. I have to order the supplies, of course, and then I get to make the new products, which is always the best part for me. And then I'm ready to launch. So in the next 3 months, I am hoping to get fully expanded into the candles and soap. And then in the next 6 months, I want to make sure that I have a base of 10 new sales a month coming in from the candles and soap. And then in the next year, my ultimate goal is to open a storefront. So my key success indicators, I've picked 3 to showcase here. The first one being in the marketing category is leads generated. I need to know how many leads my marketing strategies are generating so that I know if my marketing is working. I expect to generate at least 25 leads a month with my current marketing. In my operations category, I picked customer satisfaction. That is what my business is built on. I want to keep everybody 100% happy, but realistically, I would be happy with a 90 to 92% satisfaction rate. And then finally, in the financial category, I picked inventory days. I believe that my inventory is very important and should constantly, not constantly, but at least once a month be checked to make sure that there are no mistakes that have been made. And my inventory should match up 98% of the time. And if my count is off, it should be extra product, not missing product. So for this example, I went with the average sales price of $20 per candle. And if I sell 12 candles a month, that gives me the average monthly revenue forecast of $240 per month. That $20 candle is $3.79 for me to make at $12, or at 12 candles per month sold. That's $45.48 costs of goods sold for me. And my immediate fixed costs currently are insurance, my Cricket access, which is monthly as well. And I count my cell phone because I can't do anything with my business without it. So my average monthly revenue is the 240 from the 12 candles in this scenario. The monthly COGS is 45.48, which after COGS leaves us with 194.52. And then after our fixed costs leaves us with 74.52. So I overestimated a little for my break-even point, but I'd rather overestimate on that and, strive for over than break even. So depending on the product and what scent it is, it could stay with me from 3 weeks to a month. Or, depending on how popular it is, it could only be a day. I don't know. But the average is 3 weeks to a month. I like to pay everything a month ahead if I can, as a strategy to ensure that there's enough cash on hand to pay the bills. I don't have to worry about that if the bills are a month ahead. If something comes up, then I'm good because I'm already a month ahead. And my strategy for what I like to do with my net profits is I like to reinvest as much as possible. And my capital needs, a square terminal, just the smaller one, so that I can take tap payments that people seem to like, and the chip cards, the resupply on crystals, and to get all the supplies I need for candles and soap making. And I desperately need some shelving. So all of that together is $7,149. And my funding sources are grants, loans, I have an investor currently, and any sales I make, because I reinvest that. And again, I am Kristen with Enchanted Shadows, based in Sterling, Colorado. You can find me at enchantedshadows.net, or at Enchanted Shadows on Facebook or Twitter, and Kristen Osborne 11 at gmail.com.
Fantastic. Does
Yay,
anyone?
Kristen.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry,
yay.
I was cheering.
Does anyone, while everybody's finishing up their forms, does anyone have any follow-up questions they might like to ask Kristen relating to her slides?
Yeah, I have a question for you, Kristen. How did you find your investor?
My investor is actually my boyfriend. So
Oh, I love that. Good family support. That's great.
Would anybody else like to ask Kristen any follow-up questions before we move on? All right. I hope everybody had a little bit of time to kind of fill out their forms and get that last amount of feedback in there. Kristen, again, wonderful job. And I look forward to, I appreciate your pitch. I always appreciate your pitches. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and have Sabrina up to the bat. And whenever you're ready, Sabrina.
Okay, I don't think I'll ever be ready, but here goes nothing. Hi, my name is Sabrina. I'm the owner of Antiques Restoration and Design. It's nice to meet you. I restore antique furniture and design custom furniture as well, right here in Sterling, Colorado. I'm actually the first business in the area offering the types of products and services that I do. Shoot, oh dang it, can I start over?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Hi, my name is Sabrina. It's very nice to meet you. I'm the owner of Antiques Restoration and Design. I restore antique furniture and design custom furniture as well, right here in Sterling, Colorado. Me being the first and only business in the area offering the same types of businesses and services that I do. If you would like to stop by and check us out, I'd love to show you around and tell you more about what I do. I am located at 806 Delmar Street, Sterling, Colorado. I'm also on Facebook at Antiques Restoration, or you can reach me at 720-651-3569. It's been nice talking to you. Again, my name is Sabrina Mitchell, owner of Antiques Restoration and Design. I hope to hear from you soon. You can reach me. Oh, okay. That's fine. Go ahead, Jen. No, you can reach me at 720-651-3569 or on Facebook at Antiques Restoration. Okay, so in regards to my marketing launch strategy, or my management launch strategy, I will be, oh geez, I need to do marketing more towards my 4%, which consists of single women between the ages of 50 and 54 with an income averaging between 50 and 75,000. And they would be living in family homes and who are relocating to cities of less populated areas. I will also need to make sure I have functional car and tools that I'm going to be needing, insurance for both vehicle and business, get my suppliers in order. I need to order the basic materials and supplies that will be needed. I will also need to make sure that I turn the leads into customers and build a survey for marketing and services. Ongoing strategy. Okay, so my 1 to 3 months goal is going to be get my finances in order. I need to order materials and start scheduling customers. My 4 to 6 month goal, start working on orders, adjusting marketing if needed, and maintaining good clientele, making deliveries, and do my bookkeeping. Make sure that my bookkeeping is in order. And 6 to 12 months, Adjusting marketing if as needed. Do my customer service, keep my bookkeeping in order, keep steady workflow, adjusting prices if needed, and tracking goods being sold. Yeah, okay. My key success indicators, my marketing KSIs, leads generated from all marketing avenues. Once you see at least 30% of marketing turned into leads. Operation KSIs, revenue generated, bookkeeping programs, inventory used, and leads to sales. And my financial KSIs will be advertising, final sales, inventory used, and revenue. Okay, so my products, services, if you offer more than one product, okay, no, sorry about that. Okay, so my average sale price is going to be $1,800 a piece for dining room table, to restore a dining room table. And I expect to be able to do at least 3 per month. So that would bring my average monthly revenue forecast to $5,400 per month. My cost of goods, or is that the right page? Yeah, there we go. My cost of goods, the average cost of goods per unit or per table is going to be about $600. That's per unit, 600 per unit. And I expect to do at least 3, minimum 3 in a month. So my average monthly COGS forecast would be about $1,800. And my gas, or my fixed cost would be I expect about $200 in gas. My office or shop, which is $488. Insurance would be $70. My internet would be $40, and my utilities $150. Total monthly fixed cost would be $948. Okay, so my average monthly revenue would be $5,400. My average monthly COGS is $1,800. Average gross profit would be $3,600. My monthly net profit forecast would bring that to $2,360. So my monthly break even point at 2 units monthly would be 2 units monthly at $600 per unit to break even. Cash flow assumptions. Okay, my length of cash flow cycle. I would require a $25 or 25% deposit when the order is being put in, and the remainder to be paid will be paid upon the completion of whatever order they had or job. My strategy to ensure enough cash on hand to pay the bills, figure out a monthly budget and stick to it. I'm not very good at that. And strategy for what to do with any net profits, reinvest in business and save. My capital needs would be my truck, $2,500 to $3,000, initial materials $1,000, marketing $580, phone $130, internet $40, and insurance $70. So, and that brings the total to $4,320. And my funding sources would be personal investments, grants, loans, and family and friends. Again, my name is Sabrina. I'm the owner of Antiques Restoration and Design. Thank you.
Yay, Sabrina.
Yeah, great job, Sabrina. Does anyone, while we're all getting our forms filled out and finished up, does anyone have any questions that they'd like to follow up with Sabrina regarding her financials or her management strategies?
Sabrina, I have a question. Just around, first of all, great presentation and very thorough in knowing what you're needing. So it was really good to see that. And I was looking at I think it's $5,400 a month that you are projecting to hopefully make.
Yes.
And that was based on having I guess 3 clients a month. If you did like the tables at 1,800, is that right?
Yes.
Okay,
Well,
cool.
yeah, that's
Okay.
right.
Yeah, cool. No, I was just wondering, I'm assuming that like how far around Sterling would you go for those clients? I'm just wondering, like, continually finding folks.
Um, anywhere really, but I mean, I
Okay.
would like to just I mean, at first I'm just gonna focus probably on just like northeastern from Morgan County on this way maybe. Um, I don't know really a whole bunch of areas around here, but I mean, I'll go wherever I need to go, wherever
Okay.
there's customers, you know?
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Great answer. Always go where the customers are.
Thank you.
So does anyone else have any follow-up questions here, possibly for Sabrina, before we continue? All right, awesome job, Sabrina. Now we're going to move on to Krista. Hey, Krista, whenever you're ready.
Okay, Jen, mine's always a bunch of clicking on each page to get stuff to come in, just FYI. Good evening, everyone. My name is Krista Moore. I am the owner and operator of Show Me the Munchies here in Sterling, Colorado. You can find us on Facebook, and my email is showmethemunchies@gmail.com. You can also find us at Simpkins Parlor in downtown Sterling. We make cabbage pockets and specialty pockets. I'm not yet ready, Jen, just a second. What is a cabbage pocket, you ask? Well, let me tell you. We take a sheet of handmade dough made by my 83-year-old grandmother from scratch with her own 2 hands. We fill it with delicious local ingredients and bake it up to golden brown perfection. What sets me apart from my competitors? Scratch made and local. My best-selling pocket is the traditional cabbage. Go ahead, Jen. Thank you. The key tasks that I've already been in business, so mine's a little bit different than everyone else's. So I need to continue to make a quality product. I like to try out new prototypes all the time. One of the most important things I need to do is make sure I have enough ground beef because I get it locally from a farmer. I'm not just going to run to Walmart and grab beef. I've never done that. It's always been from the same farmer in the 6 years I've been in business. It's a beautiful grass-fed, non-shot up beef grown right outside of town here. And then build a survey for marketing and services. The next 1 to 3 months, I was planning on advertising some more, possibly on the radio. I'm already on the radio for my restaurant. So I also advertise inside Simpkins, and we're thinking about some coupons soon. 4 to 6 months, I'm going to watch my sales because it's summertime is upon us and we're going to get busier and busier. So that's a good way that I can keep track of what's going on. And from 6 to 12 months, I'll evaluate if the advertising has worked in the past year. See if it's generating new leads, if I'm getting new customers from out of town, or a friend tells a friend and they come on in and enjoy as well. Yeah. My marketing KSIs is to see new faces, somebody that hasn't tried my pockets yet. My operation key success indicator is a happy customer. That's how I can tell if I'm doing what is correct. My financial, checking my advertising, comparing it to my sales, and also profit and loss statements. QuickBooks is always a great way to test if you're where you need to be financially. Okay, let's see. I sell approximately, this is just cabbage pockets. I didn't do all of the products. I just went with my bestseller. I usually sell about 276 cabbage pockets per month, give or take. We sell those at Simpkins for $6.30 a piece. So my rough revenue forecast would be $1,700. It costs me approximately $1.25 to make one pocket, give or take, depending on the price of cabbage, depending on price of garlic salt at the time, or whatever the case may be. I don't know where my COGS forecast went, but I suppose I could get my calculator out here real quick. Buster, where you at?
I'm right here. What do you need?
It's looking like
Just
33,
give me the numbers.
276 times 125. I think I got it.
276 times 125. You got it, or you got it already, or no?
Yep, $345.
Nice.
The only immediate fixed cost that I have is the phone for the business. I do pay an accountant a couple times, like once a quarter, to take care of my sales tax and stuff like that. That is $40 per time. But that's not an immediate, that's why it's not listed. Average monthly revenue, $1,247. Average monthly COG, $900. Average gross profit, $347. Then you take off my phone bill, $321. It takes, it's about 1 week from the time I make the pockets till the time I get paid for the pockets, again, give or take. Yeah, to ensure enough cash on hand to pay myself, and don't overspend on supplies. Only buy 1 cow at a time. They're kind of expensive. I always like to save as much. I reinvest everything back into Show Me the Munchies for future endeavors, or, you know, some sort of emergency. So approximately $70 in the dough, $100 in the beef, $38 on marketing. There's that phone bill again for a total of $234. I put personal investment. I've not really ever had to do that, but I would if I needed to. And then these lovely grants have helped out quite a bit. Other than that, Show Me the Munchies has stood on its own since the beginning. And there is a beautiful picture of one of my delicious cabbage pockets right there. Thank you everyone for listening. I am Krista Moore with Show Me the Munchies. You can find us at 316 Main Street at Simpkins Parlor in beautiful downtown Sterling. You can also find me on Facebook under Show Me the Munchies, and showmethemunchies@gmail.com. Have a great evening. Yay.
Wonderful job, Krista. I always get, I'm kind of with Doug here in the chat. We do our retros right around dinner time. So every time you come up, I get a little bit hungry. So I might be at Simpkins after this. Does anyone have any follow-up questions for Krista while we're finishing up our forms?
Hey, Krista, I might have missed this. So just forgive me if you're repeating this, but how much does it cost to make 1 pocket?
It depends on the pocket, but on average with the cabbage is about $1.25, give or take.
Okay.
Just depending on the price of the flour that week. Everything is just fluctuating so much anymore. It's hard for me to really pin that down. I don't know if you guys have all been to the store. You see eggs go up and down. You see everything go up and down.
Okay, thanks. And that's what your cost assumptions is built on, is everything that goes into 1 pocket.
Thank you. Does anyone else have any questions for Krista before we move on? All right, there's her spinny pocket. And now we've got Chance.
All righty.
Chance, whenever you feel comfortable, go right ahead.
All righty. Hi, everybody. My name is Chance McBride. I'm going to be the owner operator of Lefty Specialty Burgers. It's going to start out as a pop-up stand, or maybe even something like a food trailer, and then eventually will become a food truck. And I will cater to in the beginning mostly to Northeast Colorado. Go ahead. All right. My launch strategy so far to be ready is to acquire all proper licensing, such as food safety, ability to operate a food establishment, and the like. I would like to start to market myself a bit more and advertise and come up with it with my quote unquote grand opening date, the first time I'll be open anywhere. I also want to make sure I have a functional truck and trailer to transport my equipment in the beginning. And I would like to continue perfecting my recipes and coming up with even more. All right. My ongoing strategy in the first 1 to 3 months is to find ways to test the product, give out samples, find places where I can friends and family who want to try it, and then in 4 to 6 months, I would like to ensure that I keep up on on all available locations and events in the area and acquire the proper permits, whether it be through the city, the county, or the state, before setting up. And back burner is to have decent customer bases and make sure profit margins are at least between 0 and 10%. My I've got 3 indicators that I'm going with. To begin with in the marketing is leads generated. I want to keep track of how many people I'm reaching through word of mouth or advertising. My operations is units produced per hour. That will help me figure out, give me an average on what I'm making in a day per hour when my busiest times are, and being able to keep track of that. And my for financial inventory days. That's kind of obvious for food service establishment. You got to make sure food's not turning, make sure you're not going to run out of anything, and see where you're losing money. All right, average sales price $9.95. That's still pretty flexible. If I do an average of 250 sales a month, that'll put me at about $2,000. Nope. All right, there we go. All right, average monthly revenue is going to be about $960. My cost of goods sold is 160. Gross profit, we rounded up to about 800, and my monthly net profit is -25. But you will have, or -28. But you also have to keep in mind that I only chose burgers for this. I'm also going to be doing hot dogs and drinks, and I will also be employed part-time. So there is more money in there, other than just that. But it looks like I would have to sell at least 98 burgers a month to break even. All right, the capital needs are just to get everything launched, are pretty simple. Permits, $200 to $300, and but importantly, it's equipment, which would be about $2,500, and then my startup inventory, which can be anywhere between 1,000 and 1,500. So altogether, 3,800 to 4,400. Funding sources will be personal investment, grants and loans from RMMFI, bank loans, personal loans, and part-time employment income. Again, thank you. I'm Chance from Lefty Specialty Burgers, and you can reach me. It's not on there, but you can reach me by phone with any questions so far at 970-762-8074. Thank you, guys.
Great job, Chance. Yay.
Yay, Chance, it was great.
All right. So while everyone's filling out their forms for Chance, does anyone have any follow-up questions that they might want clarification on, or just to ask him regarding his financials and management strategy?
Hi, Chance. I have a question. You talked about starting off with like a pop-up or just setting up places. Have you thought of locations? I know you mentioned like getting licensing and permits to participate in some markets. So I was just wondering if you had thought of like certain locations or maybe even specific markets that are coming up, possibly like in the time.
Well, a lot of it for Sterling, it's like summertime will be places probably like the Barnes Pharmacy parking lot here in Sterling. I know that's a place where people like to set up. Also, I mean, if possible, the park, I can go set up at the park somewhere for a day. Events coming up though, Sterling has a lot in the summer and fall, like there's the Logan County Fair, There's Sugar Beet Days, the High Plains Expo, July Jams, stuff like that. So
Cool.
Well, Chance, I absolutely look forward to seeing you at each of these events. These are all definitely big things. And yeah, our Barnes Pharmacy parking lot is kind of a big host space for a lot of our food vendors when, you know, when they're not at an event. So it's a fantastic spot in a great location. It's right off the highway. So absolutely a great spot for a vendor to be at during their off seasons. Does anyone else have any questions for Chance before we continue on? All right, Marie, you are up whenever you're ready. I think you're on.
Yeah,
I think
you read my mind.
Okay, sorry. I'm trying to get everything set up. All right. Okay. I don't know what's the heck.
Are you seeing the screen all right, Marie?
Yeah, sorry. It was just messing up. Not right now. Okay. Oh dear. Okay, yeah, all right. So hello everyone, my name is Marie and I am the founder of Epic Wellness and I am currently located in, wow, one moment. Okay, sorry, let me start over. Okay, my name is Marie and I am the founder of Epic Wellness. I'm located in Sterling, Colorado, serving the northeastern Colorado region. And Epic Wellness is a faith-based Christian caregiving business. And I can be reached through the phone. Actually, the phone number is incorrect, but the number is 970-571-0644. Also receive mail at the PO Box 865. And I can be emailed at everypersoniscalled@gmail.com. And so the key tasks that I need to do, or some of these have already been done before fully launching the business, is to complete the financial projection forms, register with the Secretary of State to get also to obtain the EIN and certificate of good standing. Right now the Secretary of State is having a sale, so I did pay that fee, but I don't have all the other associated startup costs, so I'm not currently registered yet. That should be done probably by the beginning of next month. I also need to get my accounting software set up and open a business bank account. And I have a couple of things that I need to get done to make sure that I have reliable transportation on my vehicle. And I'd like to build a survey for marketing and services to see how I can best meet the needs of my clients. And we already did that one. All right, so in 1 to 3 months, I would need to be registered with the Secretary of State. And within 4 to 6 months, I want to continue to promote my business. And from 6 to 12 months, I would like to have a goal of hiring at least one employee or contractor to help carry some of the load. And the key success indicators are for marketing, I want to track my leads generated and operations, the conversion rate. So I want to see how many of those leads turn to paying customers. And for the financial, I want to take a look at client retention. And so that's going to kind of figure out how much how much revenue I'm generating each month. And I kind of messed up on some of that, so forgive me. Okay, so so the product and service is okay. So financials, revenue assumptions. What will your average revenue per unit be? Number of units sold in a month and average revenue per month. So for the service, for the base rate, it's going to be companionship, which also includes supervision, because some of these people are elderly and can't be left alone. So like if their primary caregiver, their loved ones needs to, like, for instance, go to the store and they're like, hey, can you sit with my mom? That would be considered companionship. And that will be $20 an hour. I put 24 units, which would be that the way I came up with that number would be based off of one client 3 times a week. And I think I did 3 hours. I don't, I either did 2 or 3 hours per week. I don't remember exactly. But the average monthly revenue would be $480. And of course, once again, the unit was broken down into 1 hour. And financial cost assumptions, what it takes for me to make and deliver the products and service, and my immediate fixed costs. So the average cost of goods for the unit is $20 an hour, 1 hour base rate service. And that's how much it costs for the client, not necessarily for me. So I put units per month, 12, 3 per week. Mileage is, so I did the calculations, and I based this off of the national average of 58.5, and that is according to the IRS. I got the statistics online for this year, and that averaged out at $23.40, and that was for 2 trips each week. And I just did it for 5 miles each round trip, so 2.5 miles there, 2.5 miles back. Insurance is going to be $25 monthly. That's a fixed cost. And rent is going to be $50 monthly as well. And that actually, I checked out, actually looked into what it would take to have some access at the annex. And so the average monthly cost of goods COGS is $98.40. And for the financials on the profit assumptions, what gross profit will be left over after COGS are covered? How many units must you sell monthly to break even? So the monthly revenue is going to be $480. The COGS is $23.40. Average gross profit is $456.60. Monthly net profit is $381.60. So how I came up with that is, okay, so I took the monthly revenue and then I subtracted the COGS, and then I took what was left over, and then I divided the amount of hours by the amount charged per hour. And then it was going to cost me $195 in average. So once I did all those calculations, it was going to cost me an average of $195 to deliver the service per hour. So that leaves me with $18.05 profit per hour. So how many hours do I have to work to break even? Would be okay, I do understand what it's asking. I think I might not have done the correct I might not have Deadwood was asking for on this thing necessarily. So I think that would be, I guess, we'll say 48, or I don't really fully know the answer to the question on how many hours I would need, but I did the work. I did do the work. So I'm just going to leave it where it's at. So I do understand what we're doing. So, all right. So, capital needs is insurance yearly will be $600. And I estimated $2,800 for a van. So, and office space, $600. And my funding sources are personal investment, grants, loan, and reinvesting my business. Total $4,000. And that's about it. Thank you for listening. And once again, I am Marie, and I am the founder of Epic Bonus.
All right, everybody. And yeah, great job, Marie. Also, I don't know if I'm allowed to do this, but I can help Marie answer that area where she was struggling there. We, during a previous discussion, we had talked about what she would need to live on to be able to break even. And I think that's where that number came from, Marie, but we didn't, like, at some point the math just kind of changed. But I remember that it was the 240 based on what you would need to stay above water right there. So I hope that helps you guys when you guys are doing your judgment as far as that area. Does anyone have any questions for Marie before while we're finishing up our forms and before we move on?
All right. Hey, Jen, give me about 10 seconds with the audience, please, before we start.
Okay, absolutely. So I'm going to take no questions as meaning that you answered pretty darn good there, Marie. So great job. I'm going to go ahead and count in my head to 10 so that we can give Buster.
Oh, no, I need 10 seconds with the audience, please.
Oh, with the audience before.
Yes. Now, the last time I presented, I had some requests to show my work. And unfortunately, I'm not able to show the actual inscriptions. I will not, out of respect for the dead and without permission from the families. However, I do have pictures of my work here. All right, let me get hydrated and we'll get started. All right, Jen, go ahead.
Okay, if everybody's done filling out their forms for Marie, we're going to move on.
I'm getting lag.
To Buster. Buster, go ahead with your presentation whenever you're comfortable.
Go ahead and start the slide. All right. My name is Jesse Wilgus. I am the owner and operator of Set in Stone. You can contact me. Oh, sorry, excuse me. I am Northeast Colorado's memorial specialist. I do final resting dates on site, as well as memorial cleaning and restoration. Again, my name is Jesse Wilgus. You can contact me directly, 970-301-5749. Or you may visit me at Set in Stone Limited at Facebook.com. Folks, that is tentative. Please don't look for that yet. It'll be soon. Now, I'm going to describe each background picture here a little bit before we move on. We have my logo here created by Sabrina Mitchell. Thank her for that. And the background image here is from Google Images. Go ahead. We have our launch strategy. This pertains to management. I need to obtain all of my appropriate certificates, bonding, insurance necessary to work in cemeteries. I also want and need a working portfolio with references and pictures. Something up to date, preferably. I need to complete the acquisition of my equipment and material. I would like to have a bookkeeper on board ready to go. I also need to create work orders and standard operating procedures. And also have my key success indicators already in place. Now, this picture here is, I told you guys about this place last time. This is the Risby Church and Cemetery in Longmont, Colorado. And this is the path to the cemetery. My pictures do not do it justice. Go ahead. Thank you. All right, my strategy. We are creating a strategy so that we may evaluate our growth and ensure that our success is sustainable. My goal within the first 3 months, I would like to get an average revenue of $2,000 per month. That's going to be 8 inscriptions sold monthly. I would like to start with a customer satisfaction rating of 4.5 or higher and a 20% lead to sale conversion rate. Now this stone here, okay, well, I'll talk about it in a second. For the next 3 months after that, months 4 through 9, Jen, well, there you go. I want to do approximately $4,000 per revenue per month. Okay. And I would like to start upselling my cleaning and restorations to kind of help supplement that. I want an improved customer rating of 4.7 out of 5. And I want to increase my leads to sales conversion to 25% or higher. In the last 6 months to a year, go ahead, Jen. I would like $6,000 per month revenue, including my restorations and cleanings, a satisfaction rating of 4.9 out of 5, and a conversion rate of approximately 33%. And this will be ever increasing. Go ahead, Jen. Oh, that stone, by the way. Yeah, that guy right there was my first ever stone that I got to set, have hands on from stencil to setting. And I was really proud of that one. It was also out at Risby, man, my favorite place. My key success indicators are going to be an ever increasing monthly revenues starting at approximately $2,000 to $6,000 and above. I'm going to track this in an Excel worksheet. And if it's not satisfactory, I'm going to review my marketing strategy. I want my customer satisfaction rating to be above 4.5. To be tracked by Facebook Matrix. And this must be, there's no excuse here. This has to be 100% quality workmanship all the time. I want my leads to sales conversion rate to stay above 20%, and I'll track that by using spreadsheets myself. If it is not satisfactory, I'm going to review and change my pitch. This picture here is of the columbariums here in Sterling, Colorado at Riverside, and I'm taking this picture at top of the fountain. I love it. Go ahead. Now we have our our financial revenue projections for my most common service offered, which is the death dates. The on-site inscription is priced per line. For example, 06101982 equals one line or 1 unit. Or Thursday, June 10th, 1982 is also equal to 1 line, okay, regardless of the number of characters. 1 line's 1 unit. A full panel, which would be on a columbarium, a niche, would be 4 units. The cost per unit is $225. Okay. The units sold to meet projections varies monthly. So take the revenue projection and divide it by 225. That'll get you my units per month. Now, this right here is actually the first stone that I got to shape carve. It's an advanced technique, and I did that here in Sterling. Go ahead. Now, the cost to complete work orders per unit, my cost of goods sold. Okay. For a complete breakdown, you can request to see my financial workbook. And this does not include my fuel expense, which varies based on my distance from home at approximately 67 cents per mile. That includes vehicle maintenance. You may assume that this cost of goods sold is for a local service, and that is $20.20, and we'll just call it 30. I'm going to tell you guys more about this stone here at the end. I know it's kind of hard to read. Go ahead. Cash flow. Now, by law, okay, these customers can wait up to 90 days to remit their payment to me after I complete the work order before I can escalate any issues, okay? I will require a 33% down payment to ensure that I can get the work order completed. Now, the company will maintain a set amount of emergency available cash to alleviate the impact of possible delays in payment because of this is the cash flow cycle, basically. Okay, so it could be up to 3 months. $1,500 emergency cash will be sufficient. And I ran out of pictures, but we'll go ahead and continue. I mean, I have more here, but you'll see. Now, I don't know who this guy is, but anyway, my gross profit projections for the year are going to be about, this is actually a pretty exact figure, $22,470, taking into account all of my cost of goods sold as well as my fixed costs. And right here, you got me rocking out to Britney Spears in the shop because sometimes that's how I roll. Go ahead. Now we have our updated capital needs since my first presentation. The equipment, I still need the vehicle, hoses, nozzles, a moisture separator, a generator, a plot cutter. So there are some capital expenses there. Now I do need to include material because I want to buy in bulk so that I can alleviate the cost of goods. Okay, my recurring expenses are also included here because of the length of the cash flow cycle. Okay, that's going to be my insurance, my marketing, my company phone and internet, my vehicle insurance, and that's approximately $265 a month. The cost, okay, up here on equipment, the cost determined by capital availability. The more capital I have, the newer, more efficient equipment I can get, and it's going to make my job faster and less expensive. So it's going to increase my overall net profit. And again, my name is Jesse Wilgus. I am Set in Stone. That is an LLC. I am Northeast Colorado's memorial specialist. I do final resting dates on site. And like I said, I do memorial cleaning and restoration as well. I'm already there. It's an upsell. I have an indubitable passion for perfection. And this is your guarantee because this is set in stone. And indubitable is my favorite word. All right. And after the Q&A, I'm going to show you guys a Freddy Krueger stone. If Jen will let me share my screen. I'm ready for it.
Okay. Fantastic presentation, Buster. I like the humor behind it. While everyone's getting their forms prepared and finished up, does anyone have any questions for Buster regarding his management strategy or his financial projections?
I have a question. Great
All
job,
right.
by the way.
Thank you.
Love the pictures. I had a question around your customer satisfaction ratings. Or
Yes.
You said those are coming from Facebook. Is that where you're taking
Facebook
those
Matrix
Okay.
is how I will track it. That way this
Okay.
is there. And now again, that Facebook page is still tentative, guys. You're not going to find nothing yet, but I need to hold the place.
Okay. No, that's great. I just wondered where that was coming from, but that's
Thank
good.
you. Yeah. Well, I want to maintain a very, very high satisfaction rating.
Yeah.
Word of mouth is the best advertising.
Okay, thank you. Great question, Sherry. Does anyone else have any questions for Buster before we move on to our breakout sessions?
Oh, the Freddy Krueger stone. Sorry.
Oh, would you like me to go back to that? I'll give this 1 minute.
No, because I've actually got it set up here so I can show you them the Freddy Krueger stone and the sister stone where he's